So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Bleeding Steel, 2017. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. This is going to be a Jackie Chan cyberpunk flick. This is going to be one of those so bad that it's good type movies. Get to see Jackie Chan in his 60s doing an action movie. It's cyberpunk though. So, Jackie Chan is a heavily armed SWAT team Hong Kong police officer. The kind that puts down demonstrators. He's he's got the full Kevlar going on, and his daughter's dying from leukemia in the hospital, but he decides to help out his police comrades to capture this government witness, this crazy Frankenstein doctor who wants to create transhuman individuals with mechanical hearts and superhuman blood made out of starfish. So he's so they go capture the government witness, the crazy scientist, and this movie is so confusing and so out there that it just completely blew me away. But I mean, it's crazy. I don't know how else to describe it to you. Let's see what else I got here. The Netflix started to trickle in. I've already got a head start thanks to half day working in the office. Here's Kung Fu Panda Holiday, another Jackie Chan thingamabobber from 2010. It's only 26 minutes. Man, I'm going to get through these quick. It's nice to see Karate Man and Adrian in the comments section. Cool. At least I have 2 fans. Let's see what else I got. Opening up this one. Color of Night, 1984, another Kino Lorber. Bruce Willis is a troubled psychiatrist who quits after a patient commits suicide. But then his colleague gets murdered and he's drawn into a web of intrigue and into the arms of a patient who is also a suspect. Color of Night, the infamous Color of Night. Yeah. All right. So getting back to Bleeding Steel. How long is Color of Night, by the way? It is 2 hours and 19 minutes. Are you kidding me? Is that to make up for the Kung Fu Panda Holiday? Boy, that's a tongue twister. Kung Fu Panda Holiday. 26 minutes? Sort of evens out each other, doesn't it? Anyways, getting back to Bleeding Steel. So they tried to kidnap this crazed doctor guy. He was doing something with some arms dealer. I forget all the different web of intrigue. So forgive me. But if you go on the Wikipedia page, it's like 10 paragraphs long, the storyline. So that gives you an idea of how confusing and complicated it is. And just completely crazy. Okay? I posted the movie and the trailer in the description box, but you have to click on show more in all caps, probably in blue color, I think. I'm trying to remember what it looks like. Anyways, so they're taking this guy, and all of a sudden this cyborg dude with all these he's got the Imperial Army on his side. The Darth Vader they're in their stormtrooper outfits. And they just start blowing up cars. Pretty cool looking explosions going on, and shooting up police officers, even though they got their Kevlar. They got nothing to protect their heads, I guess. So Jackie Chan is fighting the main cyborg dude, and he ends up exploding in some kind of gas tank or something. And later on he comes back, but his skin is all melted. And then 13 years later, the story goes to Australia, where Jackie Chan is like checking out his daughter. What happened was the crazy doctor. The experiment with the cyborg dude went wrong somehow. So the doctor decided to experiment on Jackie Chan's daughter instead. I don't know. It's very confusing. Like I said, the sequence of the movie is all shuffled around. You don't really know what happened between the cyborg dude and and Jackie Chan's daughter, but she ends up getting the mechanical heart and the blood transfusion. But the blood is from the crazy doctor, so she starts having these nightmares about his thoughts and her thoughts combined, I guess. What Jackie Chan did is he put her up in an orphanage so that nobody would bother her. But the cyborg dude wants her because he wants a blood transfusion, especially after Jackie Chan blew him up in an explosion. I don't know how he survived, but you've got to suspend your disbelief in this movie. I think on Wikipedia, Variety magazine or something. I'll read you the quote on Wikipedia to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Because these people don't understand the concept of so bad that it's good, so they just trash this movie. Oh. Variety declared the film a corny cyberpunk pastiche that would appeal exclusively to kids. Really? Then why is it rated R? And anyways, so the cyborg dude is after Jackie Chan's daughter, and Jackie Chan is sort of watching her from the sidelines. He pretends to be a janitor at the orphanage. Then he's like serving her food at school. And slowly she starts to realize what's going on, but she goes to see this witch lady in the worst part of Australia, the ghetto, and that doesn't work. So she goes to see a magician. ends up getting killed by the Lady in Black and a bunch of stormtrooper dudes. and and her orphanage friend turned out to be the arms dealer's son or something to that effect. He's trying to get his money back or something. And so he's still got the hots for Jackie Chan's daughter because they grew up in an orphanage together. And, so he's following her around and sort of like what Jackie Chan is doing. And then all of a sudden, this spaceship comes out of nowhere. They call it an airship, but it looks like something from Battleship Earth or something. And the cyborg is on the ship. He takes Jackie Chan's daughter. They trap the Lady in Black and all the stormtrooper dudes in some vault that they're trying to get the camera that contains the secret to eternal life and immortality. I don't know why that's a common theme in a Jackie Chan movie, but he's a heavy-duty police officer. You got the immortality thing going with his daughter and the cyborg dude and the crazy doctor. And it's just nuts. When they're on the spaceship, that's when it starts getting really nuts. It starts looking a lot like Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren. If you know what I mean. You got the laser guns and whatnot to shoot up the stormtrooper dudes. You got to see this to believe it. I mean, I'm not making this stuff up. It's just completely wild and wacky. And you got 60-year-old Jackie Chan trying to beat up on the cyborg dude. He actually rips out his heart with his hand after he gets stabbed with some of the magic blood transfusion harpoon. Oh man, lots of unintentional humor in this. And so the ship just starts exploding for no reason. And it's about to crash, so Jackie Chan gets his daughter and his rather good-looking kung fu friend from the police force, lady who told him to abandon his daughter, come help her out with the crazy scientist at the beginning. She's got a nice hairdo. It's kind of short, and I don't know. She's got some nice kung fu moves. Pretty spectacular. Must be wire kung fu or something. But anyway, she and Jackie Chan's daughter get the parachute. So they jump off the spaceship, and then Jackie Chan rips out the cyborg's heart after the dumb cyborg stabs him with the magic blood. He rips out his heart with his hand, throws it overboard. Then he jumps off the ship, and the mechanical heart smacks him in the face. And he's just falling down. He manages to fall on top of the parachute, and then they all land in the water. And miraculously, they come up for air. And then the next scene, they're on a merry-go-round because she wanted him to bring her to a merry-go-round when she was a kid, but I guess it didn't happen. So 13 years later, when she's a teenager, she gets to go on the merry-go-round with Jackie Chan and his side business at the police force, the short-haired Chinese woman. So it's a mixture of Chinese and English, and it's pretty crazy. I don't know. I would take a nap right now, but I don't think I can fall asleep. I'll try. But I'm going to get through Kung Fu Panda Holiday pretty quick here. And then I'll start watching, was it Five to Hell or something like that? One of those Adrian mentions. Adrian mentioned a 1974 Peter Cushing movie. And he said he didn't see it, he just saw the reviews. I guess Peter Cushing is a lot like Vincent Price in terms of stature, and it's kind of ironic too because the beer guzzling, chain smoking commentators, whatever that channel's called, I can't remember, like Newcastle or something. They mentioned Peter Cushing had the same stature as Vincent Price in terms of acting ability. I didn't like him in the Doctor Who movies, though, Peter Cushing. But he's pretty good in the Hammer stuff, the early Hammer, Gothic horror, that kind of stuff. So there's that. He was good in the Nazi zombie movie. What was that called? Peter. It's called Shockwaves, 1977. Another great flick, Shockwaves. Cool. Sorry, my memory's fading. Sometimes I have to Google stuff. Like I'll just type Peter Cushing Nazi zombie movie, and up comes Shockwaves in the Google query. So cool. I dropped off all my tax paperwork off to my accountant. She's been in Taiwan for like 3 months, and I wanted to recalculate my payroll deductions because I had some capital losses on purpose to avoid paying Uncle Sam. So hopefully I can reduce my payroll deductions, get a little bit more money. I'm a little bit ahead of schedule in terms of hitting my financial goal. But then when I think I'm going to hit it in October, something comes up like, I don't know. It seems like I keep moving the goalposts, sort of like what happened with COVID. They said, after 2 weeks, when we flatten the curve, things will go back to normal. Of course, that didn't happen. It's been going on for a year and a half now. And it's not getting any better. It's getting worse with the COVID shots. But it looks like Newsom is going to survive the recall here. I still haven't gotten my ballot yet, so I called him and I said, hey, send me another ballot. I still haven't received it. So hopefully I'll get that this weekend. Otherwise, I got to go to a polling place on the 12th and vote there somehow. But anyways, things are not looking up in California. Let's just say. Becomes too much of a totaling nightmare, and then I'll just move to Wyoming, wait for my son to turn 18 or something. I don't know what I'm going to do, but things are pretty grim. I thought the recall election was going to be close, but now people are getting their fourth stimmy check, and I guess they're not as mad as they were before about Newsom closing down their business. So, cool. So I'm going to try to whiz through these this weekend. Hopefully get to some of the Karate Man Adrian mentions instead of the stuff that I picked. So, yeah, I know I picked this one. This one, Color of Night. Because it was in the C section of the Psychotronic video guide. So that's how I know I picked it. And same thing with the Jackie Chan stuff. That's all my doing. But eventually I'll get to the stuff on my Netflix queue that Adrian and Karate Man recommended. Let's see what I got coming down the pike for next week. Because I know I got new stuff coming next week. I'm gonna get through these 3 for sure this weekend. I already got through 1. Only 2 more to go, and one of them's only 26 minutes. So my Netflix queue, my Robinhood account didn't do too good today. I lost about $50. Not bad. This month I'm going to get almost $28 in dividend reinvestment. So that's pretty decent. It's probably the same amount of dividends that I got during the first half of the year or something. All right, I'm pulling up my Netflix queue, and it's just white screen. Wait. Oh, here it goes. All right, so Bleeding Steel, we give that 5 out of 5 stars, of course. An hour and 50 minutes. It is quite long too. A lot of action and crazy stuff. It's just completely nuts, like I said. I don't know what Jackie Chan is doing. Okay, Shanghai Noon, I've been waiting for that. There's no indication that Netflix is waiting on anything. They just haven't sent it to me. Same with the Paradigm Case. They should have sent that to me. Then I've got Chop Socky, Cinema Hong Kong. Another Jackie Chan from 2004. The Killer Meteors, another Jackie Chan movie from 1976, Hong Kong. And then Robin B. Hood, another Jackie Chan. So I'm not out of the woods yet with Jackie Chan. I got tons of stuff here. Just when you thought you were sick and tired of Jackie Chan, here I go again with more Jackie Chan. All right, so that's the end of my review. Laters.